What's goody good people? We are back.
What's up? Hey, how y'all doing?
I thought you had me, baby. I thought you had the intro this time.
My bad. I was in the zone. I was reading that and then I had something else going on over here.
I ain't mad at it. Check it out, y'all. We back Joey Diaz. We about to try Joey again, and hopefully they don't block the video, man. They blocked the sister Hyacinth. I think that's how they pronounce it. We had to take it down off the channel. So what I did was I fast forward through the intro on this one, and hopefully, because I think that's what stopped it. I've been reading up on it, so hopefully that clears this one. Joey Diaz lying to mom at home on acid. This is not happening. I know y'all been telling us to do the this is not happening segments. So let's see if we can get this one through. Joey Diaz, he's one of my favorites, even though I've only seen a couple of clips. I love the accent. I love the rawness and the truth behind the stories. You ready, babe?
Yeah.
Let's rock.
Last time I saw you motherfuckers, I talked about getting thrown out of Catholic school and shit, and I beat up the nun, so I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened after that shit, right? So I got thrown out of Catholic school after the 5th grade year, so now I'm in the 6th grade, and I got to go back to this town called North Bergen, where I'm from in Jersey, and I got to go to a school named McKinley, and my mom was single now. My stepdad and her had broken up, so I lived the whole summer. My mom goes, listen, here's the fucking new rules at the house. I'm not fucking with you this year. I don't have time in the morning to wake up and make you breakfast. I don't have time to wash your fucking clothes. I'm running a business. I got 2 businesses, so you're on your own. The first time you fuck up, I'm putting you in military school in Miami with your cousins. You gotta salute people and run with a rifle and shit. And I'm like, fuck it, I promise you I won't fuck up. So the whole 6th grade year, I was by the book. I fucking did my own laundry. I made my own breakfast, and I would go to work in her bar in the afternoon. I would go to karate. I got A's. But then something fucked up happened in the 7th grade. I fell in love.
That's fire. 6th grade, go to school, go to work at a bar, then go to fucking karate class, homework. I'm not mad at you, Joey. I like it. I
would go to karate. I got A's. But then something fucked up happened in the 7th grade. I fell in love. I fell in love with the skinny chick, flat-chested, the whole fucking thing. But there was no sex involved. We were just dry humping like motherfuckers. We would go home every day and dry hump to death, like 2 album sides. Like that was the minimum. Like 2 album sides. I would fuck up a zipper every day. Like every day, I dry hump my way, either her past her zipper or my zipper. There was no tits, there was no fingering, there was nothing. It was just straight on fucking dry humping. I fell in love. I got fucking consumed by dry humping. I stopped going to karate. I stopped going to fucking basketball. I stopped doing homework. And then she told me in February that if it all works out, at the end of the summer, we're going to have sex. Who the fuck could focus when you're going to have sex the summer of your 7th grade? I was going to have fucking sex. I was fired up. And then in June, she goes, you know what? I changed my mind. I want to keep my virginity till the 8th grade. I'm like, fuck. So I by that time, I was getting D's. Like, I had just flunked out of fucking school, and I had to go to summer school. Like, the dry humping had overpowered me. So I had to go to summer school, and I couldn't even focus in summer school. I would go to one class, then go to a house, and we'd dry hump again. And I failed out of fucking summer school, and then we had to break up. So here I was, fucking heartbroken, and I got left back. So I got left back for being a dumb fuck. She dumped me, and now I got dick in the 7th grade. So I couldn't tell my mom, guys, that I got left back. Like I had this trust thing going on with my mom that I didn't break her balls and she didn't break mine. I was by the book, so if I told I got left back, all that shit would change, and she would be monitoring me and shit. So I never told her I got left back. And 3 months became 6 months, and 6 months became 9 months. I would forge every fucking report card. I had this girl that was tremendous with forging, and she'd get me B pluses and A's, and she'd change the 7 to an 8, and I just kept doing it, and the first year went by. Then the 8th grade, she's like, when are you gonna graduate? And I'm like, this year. But fucking it snowed a ton that year. It was the year of snow, so we didn't have to graduate till January 30th, but I had already signed up for a basketball camp. So I'm like, there's no graduation. I'm going to a basketball camp and shit. So that was the end of that. So she didn't know. Freshman year, she had no fucking idea. Every letter that came home, I intercepted. Guys, I feel really bad about this. I feel fucking terrible about even saying this fucking story. I never fucking told her. Okay, and I knew she was not gonna find out. Like, I just had this fucking feeling inside of me that she was not gonna find out. So I went on with my life. I went to high school. My mom had a bad habit. My mom owned a bar. And every night at 3 in the morning, the bar closed in Jersey. And she would come home and she would bring me home like a BLT from the 4-star diner, or chicken chow mein from the New Moon Chinese restaurant or something, or a Cuban sandwich from Hernandez. And she had a bad habit. She'd wake me up at 3:30, 3:20 every fucking night. Jose Antonio, Jose Antonio. That's my slave name, Jose Antonio. You guys call me Joey. She called me Jose Antonio. That's my real name. And I would come down and she'd feed me, or she'd come up to my room, wake me up at 3:20, 3:30, and tell me about her day. And then she'd have her nightcap. She'd have like a Heineken or a vodka tonic. And while she was telling me about this motherfucker was a scumbag and this guy, fuck him, she would empty her bra from the cash, from the bookmaking operation and the number and the bar. And she would put the 50s with the 50s, the 20s, and she'd be telling me all this shit. And then at the end of the conversation, she'd go in her bra again, and she'd take out a little aluminum foil, and she'd do the last blast of coke of the day, and it was usually a little rock. And Cubans don't do it like you guys. Oh my God, I have this nail. Fuck no. They just take that rock and put it in their fucking nose and just leave their finger in there till the coke rock melts and shit.
So, crack? Crack is hard, right?
I'm Panamanian. Cocaine is like marijuana in Panama.
That's
Just
the powder.
yeah, cocaine
the
is just the
stuff
powder.
is the crack.
That's
The
correct.
crack rock.
I have never heard anybody do that.
Let that shit melt in your nose.
You hold a crack rock in your nostrils and let the 98.6 degree body temperature melt it
And
into
they
your
call it
bloodstream.
coke. They call it coke. Like, no, that's
And
crack.
no, Joy, that's crack. That is nose. That's the
Crack rock.
That is nose candy. That is the definition of nose candy.
I didn't know.
That's great. I've never heard of that, guys. Joey Diaz, your mother was a savage too, brother. Savage.
And just leave their finger in there till the coke rock melts and shit. And she would talk to me with a finger in her nose for like 4 minutes and shit. And then she'd tell me, I love you. You're gonna grow up to be somebody. And I'd fucking go, whatever, go to sleep. And so now it's sophomore year. She still doesn't know I got left back, right? So it's November. It's the second week of November, and it's New Jersey has like a school week where the teachers get together, so you only have school Monday and Wednesday. Big party week, bitches. Big party week. So Monday we were gonna get like light acid, maybe snort a couple lines of angel dust, and rob a case of beer, and then not go to school Tuesday. But Wednesday was the big night.
This is fucking
High school, right?
yeah, because he said he never told her, and I think we're fast forward. I think we're in high school now.
He said, yeah, he said sophomore.
Doing lines of
Who-
angel dust is
That's
crazy. What the
That's
fuck?
loud.
People here in Atlanta used to put the dust in their blunts, and they call it woolly blunts, or just laced blunts. Angel dust in the 10th grade is fucking ridiculous.
Night. Me and 4 other guys were gonna rip up 100 sheets of acid and listen to Led Zeppelin 2 and fucking see the devil. And we robbed the beer truck. We were snorting fucking crystal THC. We were going fucking deep into the murky waters, right? So Monday I got a little fucked up, and Tuesday I'm playing with my buddies. Then Wednesday I go back to school. But Wednesday night we're on fire. We got to meet by Nick's Pizza, this little Greek guy that said he was Italian. He would make pizzas and shit. Nick was all right. You know, Nick was all right. He would always buy hot rings from us and shit, and I'd steal them back. He was a good dude, Nick. Then he'd look at me and he'd go, speak. I seen this league before. And he would look at it and shit because I would rob the ring from him when I went to the bathroom. Anyway, that's a different fucking story. So we had to meet by Nick's Pizzeria, and we went up there, and we had 100 hits of acid. But before I left that night, my mom called. And she goes, hey, man, I'm not feeling good, so I'll be home early. I'm like, yes. So then when she gets home that night, she didn't have the bar anymore, but she would still go to Roosevelt Track, and that ends at 12, so she would get home by 1. But this night she called me. She goes, I'm not going to Roosevelt tonight. I'm just going to go straight home because I'm not feeling well. I'm like, perfect. I get home by 2. I'm fucked up. Nobody wakes me up. Nobody breaks my balls in the middle of the night. I can trip freely because when you're tripping and your mom wakes up, that fucks up the whole trip right there. Like if you're tripping on acid and she asks you a question, you just fuck up. So I left. I went out. I go, perfect. She's going to be out fucking early. I could stay out all night. We did the acid. We had the fucking beer. And then the cops came to our party behind the high school, and they ruined everything. So we started running, and then on the acid was hitting me, and I'm fucked up. And I hooked up with this girl. She's like, run this way. And we hid behind this little mosquito hut, like where you go when the mosquitoes are out in the summer. And she's like, you want to make out? And we started making out, and I sucked her tits a little bit. And she had really big tits. So the acid fucked me up. Her tits were even bigger on the acid. So I'm like, I don't want to suck your tits no more. And I just ran out of there. I just ran out of there. She's like, where are you going? Holding on to her tit. Where you going? I just ran the fuck out of there. And I ended up like fucking by the high school, and I didn't know what time it was. I was fucked up, and I just said, let me just go home. So as I get home, I see the lights in my house on, and I go to the door, and I open it, and I walk in, and my mom's not fucking home. I'm like, fuck. So I go to my bedroom, and I put the hall light on because I was scared of ghosts. So I left the hall. I'm fucking petrified of ghosts. I left the hall light on. Just I was scared, and I would look at the thing, and I went into like an acid haze, and I eventually fell asleep. And, you know, the TV was on, and you're tripping on acid, and you're sleeping. And then I got up like at 3, and I looked at the door, and the light was still on. And then I went back into my acid haze, and I heard her calling me. Jose Antonio, Jose Antonio. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going downstairs. I'm not hungry. The acid, you know, I'm not hungry, so why am I going to go downstairs? She's going to see that my eyes are dilated. Fuck it. So she called my name a few more times, and I just played possum. And then I went back to sleep. And then I got up again a little while later, and the hallway light was off. So I said, it's safe. Let me go out there and piss. So I went out to my bathroom. I went to piss. When I went to piss, I seen her door was still open. And I'm like, fuck, I got to face her now because she's going to hear that I went to the bathroom. I go, fuck it, let me go downstairs. I heard the water on, like she was washing dishes or some shit. And I walked down the stairs real slowly, and when I went around the kitchen, I looked into the kitchen. I didn't see her by the dishes, but when I looked down, she was on the floor dead. Her arm was purple. And I went over to her, and I touched her pulse, and I said, I fucking knew she would never find out I got left back. You think I'm fucking kidding you? That's the first thing that came to my mind with my mother on the floor. I'm like, she never found out I got left back. I fucking knew it. Then I dialed 911. I started crying like a pussy. That's a true fucking story. And that's why I don't lie today. That's the reason why I don't tell a lie today. Because I learned a valuable lesson. I lied and I spun like a Bernie Madoff type thing. Like for 4 years, it was like a fucking Wizard of Lies. And it was my mother. And when I found her dead, she never found out I got left back. But that's the reason why I don't lie. That's my fucking story. Thank you.
That's crazy.
Damn, Joey. You know, as crazy as his stories are, he tell you one like that make you just be like, damn, this motherfucker really been through some shit.
No.
Sophomore, walk into your mother dead, arm purple, while you tripped out on acid. Damn. I don't know what to say except like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Damn, Joey. Keep the Joy clips coming, man. I want to keep doing Joy. I hope this one uploads with no problem. We out.
Peace.
Peace.